Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all a quick update on Litecoin. We're at $86.58 right now. One of my alerts to the downside just triggered, guys. It was just going off. So I figured I'd run in here, do a video for you all quick, and kind of just talk about some of the things that I'm seeing. Remember here, guys, I'm not your financial advisor. I don't give financial advice. All I'm doing here is looking at the chart, giving you guys the upside, the downside, and the sideways. Never going to rub the crystal ball for you. Not that type of guy. Just want to do the best that I can in showing you what potentially this price could do to the upside and what it potentially could do to the downside. And we're going to get into this, guys. If you like these videos, if you like me covering Litecoin, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate every single one of you being here with me today. So first thing I want to point out to you guys, this has been an absolutely beautiful move what's been taking place with Litecoin. But now what we're running into, this is the fourth day, guys, where we tried to push up close to around like that $95, $96. You can see where I have my first alert right here at $96.50. Excuse me, $96.53. I want to see if the price passes that. And then to the downside, I had one here, guys. It was roughly around like that $86, I think it was $86.17, and that ended up getting triggered. But what you're seeing is this is the fourth day now that you're seeing these very long wicks on top where we've been trying to push up 4 times now, and we have not gotten back up above that. We'll call it, let's say, real bodies, guys, about $88 to $90. Yes, we've wicked up to that area, but in terms of the real bodies, we have not been closing up above that. So we're going to have to wait for today. But typically when you see wicks like this, guys, and remember, anything can happen in this space. You could see wicks like this, and then all of a sudden we have another stick candle like this, guys, to the upside. If Bitcoin wants to continue to go crazy, that absolutely can happen. But just from a technical analysis standpoint, whenever you see a lot of wicks like this is a lot of rejection. So that's showing that traders are taking profits up there, and the bulls can't get to that area in terms to enough to sustain a close. So what I'm looking for now is to see at this red line that I have here, and this is going to be around 84.95, somewhere right in that range. I want to see if we consolidate upon this, guys, before we try to make another move up if we're going to continue to the upside. And the reason for that is this was our old resistance here. We broke that, and now we want to consolidate upon old resistance. That's what we're looking for. Remember, consolidating is just that moving sideways. We're having that fight between the bulls and the bears. That's what we want, guys. So anything around this $84, if we can consolidate on that, that's beautiful, and that could give us time to just basically power back up again and make another move to try to get up over top of this highest wick here at $100 that we have not been to since, guys, about the beginning of April was when we saw that $100, and we had this short-term downtrend where we had lower highs and lower lows. And then, guys, this almost looks like that impulse wave. We had a bullish engulfing candle off this white trend line that I'm paying very close attention to there. This could be our first wave. Here's our second. Here's our third. We're going to see if we have a fourth retracement somewhere down in here where we're at now, and then potentially a fifth wave is what I'm going to be looking at there. Guys, we're still up above the 30 moving average, the 30 EMA. We're up above the 50 moving average. We're up above the 100 moving average and up above the 200-day moving average. So in terms of the moving averages, we're looking phenomenal. Everything's great right now. So to the downside, guys, I would look to consolidate at this area. Okay, so that 84, we'll call it 70. Then I would look for support at this 30 EMA, which is at $77, as well as that 50 moving average at $76.58. And right now, guys, I've been in a position. I bought most of my coins from around, for this trade that I'm in right now, around $73 to $75. And what I have now is a break-even stop at around that $75. Just in case something crazy happens, I want to break out even and have no problems. I'm covering my fees as well, and I think that's a good way to do it. But I also want to let this run just in case today you see how we're having all this fight back and forth. Maybe today's just a day like that, guys, where we wick down to this area that I was talking about, and then maybe in the few days to come, we're going to start to continue to move up higher. But we've just been getting overextended on a lot of things, and it's kind of looking like an area that we're having trouble getting over top of because of all this wicks. Those wicks are tails. Those are profit taking, guys. Professional traders who are taking profits, you know, who may have got in down on this move off this trend line here where they're buying around 65, and then, you know, they're selling out in this area because they've made a nice profit, and they're waiting for some type of retracement back maybe onto this trend line. So, guys, in terms of the trend line, this is the first one that I want to see us get a bounce off of off of in white. If that is respected, then most likely we could go up higher, guys, and we can get over that $100. If it is broken, I would look for support down here around this 100-day moving average, which is going to be at $63, and that's also going to coincide with all these basically chops and slop that we had over here, guys, where we're having a lot of support, resistance, sideways moving, consolidation. This would be the area to the downside that I would be looking at right there. Okay, that area around this 100. Then I would look at this trend line, then the 30 EMA and the 50 EMA to see if we have any supports in that area. So those would be my downside targets, but obviously starting with the 30 and the 50, working to the white trend line, working to the 100 moving average, and then that 200-day moving average. And to the upside, guys, we just need to get back up above and close up above around that 92.12 is going to be very important and very crucial for us. Now, on the MACD, what we're having here, we still had that beautiful cross, and that's why I got in, guys, was this MACD cross when we were also having that doji, and that was around that $73 to $75. Got a few at 73, few at 75, and then that was the move that I've been a part of in terms of trading, guys. I always believe you should have some long-term holds as well, but in terms of my trading stack, now I'm just kind of at that break-even point right now, and I'm just being patient and waiting to see if we continue to push up, or if we're going to start to have that retracement and maybe catch a bounce off this 30 EMA down here. But the MACD, we've had a beautiful cross. We're moving up. It looks like we're starting to want to kind of curl over a little bit, but it's way too early to tell on the MACD, guys. Sometimes you can come down, like areas like this where you can come down and then you can kind of bounce back up, and there it went back down. But even here, we came down, we bounced off the signal line, came back up. So that's always something that can happen as well. The histogram's becoming a little bit more neutral there. You can see how it's flattening out at the top after this nice bullish run that we've just been enjoying here, guys. This MACD here, so when we had this cross, it's taking into account this move that we just had. So we're going to be watching the MACD very closely, because remember, guys, when it crosses to the downside there, you can see this was the candle we would have wanted to get out on, and then when it crossed to the upside, this is where we would have wanted to get in at. Those are the things that I look for. I kind of just look for that confluence of things joining together, and that gives you just a little bit more confidence. But really pay attention to these tails, guys. That could show some type of retracement could be coming in the days to come. So I just want you to be aware of that. The next thing we're going to look at here is our support and our resistance, more so on the macro level. So we're really going to step back. All right. So, guys, if we can get up over this 100, our next stop is going to be probably around this 109 to 110 area. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to draw overhead resistance so we can kind of see what we would have to get through. So, guys, it'd be first there. I'm just going to give you some rough estimates here. Then it would be probably around that 127 or so. Then I would look up around 148. And then it would be around that 185, guys. These are the overhead resistances that we are going to have to get through. Remember what we always want, just like right now, you want to get through it, then you want to consolidate on it, get through another one, pull back, consolidate on it. That's the best way to get through stuff. Just like here, guys, where you're always seeing, you'll see in these drops, and you'll have a reaction, you'll have a drop, you'll have a reaction. It's the same thing, but whenever we're in this bull market, now that we are in this intermediate term bullish uptrend here, you want to be buying the dips here. That's what's so important. You want to buy dips in a bull market. You do not want to buy dips in a bear market. Because think, guys, if you're buying the dip here, every time it dips, yes, you're going to have this reaction. So if you get out there, that's fine to be able to buy the dip. But if you're just holding and you bought this dip here at 111, then it just continued to go down. That's those lower highs and lower lows that take place in a bear market. Now, the bull market, you can see that swing of higher highs and higher lows that has been taking place for Litecoin. So I'm very, very excited about that, guys. So those are the upside targets there. We would be looking at 109, 127, 147, and then 182 to 185 where we had those tweezer tops there. All right, guys, let me clear this off. Now we're going to get into some oscillators. Just really want to get into quite a few things here with you today. I think it's important with where we're at. And we're going to kind of count these. So our stock RSI now, guys, we're in that overextended territory. We're at 83, 87. Could we push higher? Absolutely. We have been higher. But right now we are getting overextended on that. So we'll put this a little bit more in that bearish category, looking like we need some type of pullback or healthy retracement there on the stock RSI. We're starting to get pretty high there, guys. Not saying we couldn't go higher, but we're getting high. So we'll just put that one a little bit more. We need a correction there. The next one we're going to go to is our RSI. And on our relative strength index for Litecoin here, We are at 66, so there's still more room to run to the upside, guys. Over 70 is going to be that overbought condition, but as you can see, we can really get overextended here. We got up to 93, guys, in this run here. This run back here, we ended up getting as high as 87 over here. We ended up getting to 86, so there's definitely more room to run to the upside, but we are getting closer to that 70 right now, so just be aware of that. And guys, also on the RSI, we are having those higher lows, though, which is a good thing, so you could basically just draw a really steep trend line on this, and this could be the trend line that you're playing. And this is how I like to do it, as you know, if you've been around this channel for a while. So guys, that's what I would be looking for to see if this trend line holds there. And what we can also do is put the trendline angle on this, and you can kind of see the angle of how steep this is. So this is going to be a steeper one, guys, and this is going to be around roughly 48 to 50 degrees right there. So that's starting to get a little steeper, especially anywhere from that like 50 up to like 70, guys. That gets really steep. You want to look for the more shallow ones around that 20 to 30%, which, like I was talking about up here, I'm sorry to jump around, guys, but I just want to bring it to your attention. Like this trend line here that we've been following, that I said is our intermediate term bullish uptrend, we're going to throw our angle on here, and I just want to show you how this one looks. Now, see how this one should be viewed almost like a concrete wall because it is so shallow. We're only at about 12% here, guys, up, and that's great. That's what we want. We want to continue these higher highs and higher lows up through that. So that's only at about 12%, but you can see how much steeper this RSI is than up here. So I'm going to be playing that trend line, and I also wanted to measure this white trend line that we had up there while we're at it, just to see the angle there, because this one should be a tougher one as well, guys. It's not the steepest. That's a nice trend line. That's about 26%. So this is a very nice trend line. We definitely could continue to respect this trend line and continue to move to the upside there, guys. That is definitely something that can take place. And what I like to do with the trend lines, I like to use the fanning technique. So like how we have this one here, then we have this one, you can have multiple trend lines. Always remember that as well. You can have multiple trend lines. So when this one breaks, we'll start looking at the next one there if it does end up breaking, guys. Next thing I wanted to look at, let's see here, guys. We did our stock, we did our RSI, we did our MACD, and then let's go to our Bollinger Bands and see how those are looking. If they're starting to tighten up just a hair, we're still slipping out of the Bollinger Bands up top here, guys. So that is showing we're overextended, and that's also happening with those wicks or those tails. Whenever you see that, just remember we can always have a pullback from that area when you start to see a lot of rejection up there. But the reason why I say today's close is going to be so important is due to this right here. So guys, I'm one to really watch candle closes. So say we are to get a candle close tonight, even where it's at. If we were to stop right there, that is a close up above yesterday's close. That would be a good sign, and maybe we'll have more continuation to the upside there, guys. But if we end up closing below where we were at yesterday, then that could basically indicate that we could have a further move to the downside, maybe around that 84.23. See if we're going to get support off that. Then look down here around that 78.06, guys, is what I would be looking for. But candle closes are so important. You know, even this one here, guys, and this is where I'm telling you that you can continue to move even with some candle closes. So we had this beautiful move. We shot out of there. We tried to push higher here. We got rejected, and we got pushed to the downside. But the following day, we got moved back to the upside. So this is still just an extreme fight between the bulls and the bears. The bulls are saying, hey, we want to continue to push this up. We want to try for $100. And the bears are saying, I'm sorry, you need to go back down. So, you know, and the bears are probably looking to see if we will have some type of retracement back down to this area before we potentially could have another fifth wave. Remember, guys, those are the impulse wave. Impulse wave 1, impulse wave 3, impulse wave 5 is what you're looking at there. Then you'll have the 2 retracements. But remember, it doesn't always play out like that. You're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can also have wave failures as well. But that's not something I'm going to get too deep into today. It's something that I'm doing some studying on myself, but we're going to have to see if it plays out, my friend. So this is what I wanted to bring to you today. I greatly appreciate you being with me. I apologize for running over a little bit, but I really wanted to get this out about Litecoin. Just pay attention to the close today. If I can get another video out at the close, I'll do so, guys. But if we do end up closing below this, I would definitely look to the downside. If we close up above it, then I would look to see if maybe we can get over this 92.35 with a close would be great. So if you like these videos, guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Bitcoin's going crazy. It's wonderful to be here with you guys. let's just dance on those tables for right now. This is a big deal. Litecoins went from $22 all the way up to $88.71 right now. So you know what? I'm happy, and we'll just see if we can continue these higher highs and higher lows. Just like you're seeing here, guys. We had this short-term downtrend here. Higher high, higher low. Higher high. See if we get a higher low, higher high. That's what we're looking for. So God bless you all. Take care, my friends. I appreciate you being here with me. God bless.